Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening to everybody. I, Dr. Najis Fatima from PG Department of Chemistry, St. Anne's College for Women, Medipatnam, would welcome students for this one-day webinar on interview etiquette management by placement and career counseling committee on collaboration with K3 consultants by Karthikeya Kumar, Assistant VP K3 Consultant. Mr. Kumar is a consultant HR, cybersecurity advisor, and leadership coach. Guest faculty for institutions in teaching for HR, social media, data analytics, business communication, Excel and SPSS, soft skill, cybersecurity, and also an assistant in doing internship and projects in analytics, HR, digital marketing. So thank you, sir. Now I once again welcome you to give the guidance for our students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. So, thank you so much. Very good evening to one and all, and happy to see you all here today. And it's I should say, I think it's my seventh program with St. Anne's institutions since the last 5, 6 months of pandemic or more than that. So, before I start the session, let me just cross check with the people live on YouTube also. I hope you are all able to hear what I'm trying to say. Am I audible clearly to everyone on YouTube? Just say yes or no on the comments or chat box. Am I audible? Ah, wonderful. I'm audible. Thank you so much to everyone for those responding. So, before we go ahead and look at this particular session, interviews and interview management, or what are the types of interviews we conduct, and why is it so important to have a detailed knowledge about this, how to write a resume? Because in my last 17 years of experience being an HR trainer and a coach, so I've been coming across a lot of profiles where students just they do few things. I mean, I've seen few of the best profiles in my career. I've seen few of the worst profiles which I've ever expected to come in. When I say the worst, I don't have anything to explain beyond that worst thing. So, to be very clear, I'll help you to understand what are those worst and these things. I mean, why I call them as worst, because there are certain things. There are certain things. Are you all able to see the screen now? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So now here the challenge is, whenever we try to work on some aspect, most of the time what happens is we tend to easily get it done in a copy paste mode. That's what majority of the people do. So this copy paste culture has been really damaging a lot of things, and trust me, today when I see a lot of profiles coming in, they're just copied from Google as it is. When I say copied from Google, I don't really see something really working potential. I mean, like when I start taking the interviews of the candidates, I initially target on career objective. The reason is, I know a fresher with a 5 lines or 4 lines of career objective, I don't say it should not be there. If you have 4, 5 lines of career objective, my first question is, without missing a single word, if that is your own career objective, tell me and explain what was that. The first step where I can eliminate a candidate. Second step, the way the profile is designed. So today what we are going to discuss are three things. How do you design your resume? And what are the things you need to take care of interviews? The primary thing is, how is that you are supposed to be careful in terms of improving the skills, and why is it so important? The reason is very clear. If you don't have skills, you may be good at R, you may be good at Microsoft Power BI, you may be good at HR, but when we don't know how to speak, what to speak, and how to explain, then I don't really see that it is of any big use that you're there. So, my dear friends, let's start the session. And before I go with that, I still see that few people are, actually fighting around to be a part of the Zoom session. But those students who are not able to be there on Zoom, try to get connected on YouTube, because we already have 166 people on YouTube. So totally we have 266 students on Zoom and YouTube. Now it is 167. So happy that people are actually there on both the platforms here. So, before I go with this, my association with Sentence has been really great. I've been interacting with students, and currently I'm handling a batch of nine and five for HR analytics, and an upcoming batch of projects people are going to join. But whatever we train, the primary thing I expect from the students is a soft skill. Not only here, anywhere you start working. Let me start with soft skill, then interviews and how to write a resume. There's a huge importance for soft skills. There are interviews where rejected the people with 80, 90%. It's not like they don't have knowledge, they're not skilled, they have everything. The only problem is they can't speak out what they are, they can't say what it should be. If you all think soft skills are really important, say yes in the chat box. If you think soft skills are not that important, you say maybe. Don't say no, just say maybe. If you think it is yes, type yes. If you think no, just
Yes,
say,
sir, is important.
yeah, you can just use the chat box and type in as maybe, so that okay, wonderful. Many say yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for this. The reason why I ask this question is, the friends, nowadays whenever the interviews are happening, people are really bothered in explaining what they are. A person who lived for over 25 years or 20 years, take it for granted. Leave the 5 6 years of the childhood. Even if you consider the last 10 years of your schooling, or uh, anything to that matter, take it from fifth standard to your 12th, fifth standard to your 10 plus 2. There are there are ample number of things that one can read. There are ample number of things. I request all the participants to mute. There are ample number of things that an individual can speak about themselves for at least 2 minutes. See, what is that a company will expect during an interview is very simple, friends. We are trying to check how confident you are in terms of speaking to others. We are trying to check how much of ability you have in dealing with people. We are trying to check overall how could you be an asset to an organization. When I cannot speak anything, but still I can work, it is tough to give a job. Today, if I have achieved something and I don't know how to speak in front of someone about what I have achieved, then people will believe, or people will feel that, okay, Karthik has nothing to do with this. Now they'll start suspecting, is this really done by Karthik or did someone else do this? Why I'm saying all these things is, people are really, really, really bothered about speaking. When I say speaking to everyone, the first thing that happens is people look at four directions: north, south, east, and west. They just look at all the four directions. Is somebody looking at me? Is someone monitoring me? Is someone scolding me? Is someone commenting at me? Is someone laughing at me? I don't care whatever happens, I need to speak. This should be the attitude of the person. Because we do this in every other aspect other than the actual required location. Say, for example, you're a topper and you know how to solve a mathematical problem, or you know how to explain an algorithm very, 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 very beautifully. And when you know how to do that, do it. Who is stopping you? Who is stopping you not to do that? So it means whatever we are trying to do, whatever we are trying to actually go with. Okay. So in one way or other, we are either trying to help ourselves to grow, or we are trying to help ourselves to get ruined. Why is that we speak a lot about our favorite movie? Why is that we speak a lot about our favorite food? Why is that we speak a lot about our, uh, you know, uh, whatever you want to say, your dresses, anything. But why can't we speak about whatever we have achieved? English, I'm not bothered about the language. English is a global language, I understand, but still I'm not that running around with English and say you guys are supposed to only speak in English. I'm not bothered about it. I'm strictly not saying like you should speak only in English, right? So when I say this, people will be like, okay, sir, can I talk in my local language or mother tongue? Absolutely. Now the problem is, what are you going to talk? How is that you are going to talk? I coming, he going, middle, middle, no talking is not English. Nato, if you want to speak in Hindi or your mother tongue, local language, are yara, kya re, kya be, this is not the way. Are imre, imra, imje sunora, this is not the way. Your mother tongue can be anything. Your language can be anything, but there is a way to professionally speak. We should know how to talk. We should know what to say hello, how to say hello, when to say hello. There are two ways. Now you have been listening to me the way I'm talking to you all. Now just imagine what if I make it a more stupid. You know what? You are supposed to talk very fluently in English. So if you don't speak, you will not get an interview job. If I talk like this, you guys will feel like, first of all, let this fellow know how to speak, and then let him tell us what to do and what not. I'm like very clear. People might find it very funny. Sir, my name is Karthik, sir, and I'm from Hyderabad, sir. I have my highest qualification MBA, sir. I have 16 years of experience, sir. Get out, sir. This is the way how we speak. Lot of people have knowledge. Lot of people are skilled. Lot, almost everybody. But trust me, nobody is born with any skill. Everybody will learn only when they get up and grow up. You fail, you grow, you get up, you learn, and you be successful. If someone says, I've been successful, I don't believe in that fellow. It can be a boy or a girl, man or a woman, anyone. The reason is, when do you say that someone is successful? Do you know, or someone on this planet Earth who says confidently that, yes, I have been very successful? If you know someone has been very successful, neither Bill Gates will say, nor who is that? Anyone else on this planet Earth will say that I have been very successful. Nobody will say this. The reason is very simple. Success has no limits. When do you say you're successful? Today, if you announce that I've been successful, I earned 100 crores. Tomorrow morning, if IT right happens on you, then you will give a press meet that I'm failure. Then, so remember, guys, don't just run behind success or winning. You just do whatever you're supposed to do, and they will automatically become your shadow. They will be your shadow, undoubtedly. Of course, in order to be that, there are an ample number of challenges that one needs to really look at. There are a lot of things that one has to really focus on. But again, still, yes. Now, is the screen clear on the Zoom, right? I hope it's better now because I'm shuffling between YouTube and Zoom. Maybe you might miss out on the screen here and there. Don't worry. We are not on PowerPoint yet. So, nothing to worry much about it. So now coming back to soft skills or speaking skills. Now there is a sound that I'm going to a lot of people do this. I have two role models in my life. I don't say they're my parents or Abdul Kalam sir or anyone. I'm very unique in nature. My role models are two people, Mr. Bean and Mr. Charlie Chaplin. The reason why I chose these two people are they don't bother what the world thinks. They don't bother what people think about. They just think only one thing. I'm here to do something and let me do it and I'm not bothered about the result. What is my task? I need to perform something and leave. Don't bother about the result. It can be success or failure. You can be a pass in exam or you can be a failure in exam. You might have studied 10 best things in the subject. You might have got the next 5 worst things in the question paper. Now you can't blame the things, right? It's not in your hands. Your limitations are to some extent, but there's a way to be best. Now, whenever I train people on soft skills, whether they can be from MBA or a graduation or anything, the first stage where I take people is to stage number one called, what was the stage? Alphabets. I tell the students, okay, that you are supposed to be a part of this. I mean, they are I make them to read. Now, can someone read out how do you pronunciate alphabets? Can someone tell me how do you spell out alphabets? You can unmute and say, I want everyone, everything A to Z. Who can say? Yes, speak up. No problem.
You want me to say all the alphabets? Good
Yes, yes,
afternoon,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Wonderful. This is how we pronunciate the alphabets, right? So can one more person give a try?
Can I do it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Now, why am I asking you people to pronunciate alphabets is a question here, because everybody knows English, everybody knows their own language. But how rightly are we talking about it, or how rightly we are pronunciating, how rightly we are spelling it, how rightly we are speaking them? I mean, like yelling, I mean, just talking about it. All these questions come in place. Okay. Now, if I have to pronunciate the alphabets properly with a proper intonation, okay. Now the question is, where are we failing? Many of the people fail in terms of opening the mouth widely. People on Zoom cannot see me on video because I'm on the video mode on YouTube, but still, let me show it here. Okay, so I'll share the link of both YouTube and Zoom. Don't worry about it. Now the here goes it goes. Whenever you're trying to speak something in any language, the first basic criteria is know how to open the mouth. We are not doing ventriloquism like where you are a puppet and the puppet speaks, not the human. You are supposed to speak up. So as an individual, open the mouth wide. Ensure that your tongue is playing around, your jaws are moving around, your mouth is clear, nothing is stuffed inside. Don't put a burger or pizza inside and then say A, B, C, D. Don't do that, okay? Don't speak while you're eating something. That's not going to work for us. So it's very clear. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. What is the alphabet after letter G?
H.
Anyone? One more? Is it H?
H.
E T C
Sir.
H. H. The reason why I'm focusing on this is many of the people that can't even pronunciate their names clearly. Okay. So, because what are the types of interviews we have, how to write a resume is a very soft thing and a small thing. But even after knowing those two things, if we still cannot speak up, what is the point of being knowing all those? So, my question here is how better are we, or how quick we are in doing this? Okay. Now, let's go with this. I'm again repeating A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, how do you improve your English language is very simple, fundamental. With each and every alphabet, every day, take an assignment of writing 10 English words. It can be a 2 word, 2 letter, 3 letter, 4 letter, 5 letter, anything to that matter. Just write 10 English words with each alphabet. That means 260 English words in a day. Do this exercise at least for 10 days, where you spend only half an hour in a day. And trust me, you have ample number of English words. That means choice of words is very, 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 very big. And you can make wonderful sentences out of it. You don't need to bother. You don't need to worry that, okay, my God, I don't know what do you say about this? What do you say about this, etc., etc. Even if you start writing with A for apple, B for boy, I'm okay with it. Just try to ensure you are going to, you know, practice alphabets, because the more you practice the alphabets is the more you improve your language. That's the first exercise I give to my students. Step 2, start framing sentences. Start framing 2 word, 3 word, 4 word sentences. Step 3, start getting them corrected. Step 4, you're done. If you don't know the meaning, you have a dictionary next to you. English to Hindi, English to Telugu, English to any language. Just have your dictionary. Just get it done. But soft skills is not a subject. Soft skills is not a topic which is available in any textbook. Of course, there are wonderful books, huge volumes, hundreds of books, but only challenges. Again, they are all theory. Soft skills can be good only the day when we practice. The more you practice is the more you become an expert. The more you practice is the more you will have your fluency. The more you practice is the more you will be able to, actually get used to your language. I just want someone to talk to me about yourself or any topic of your choice for 2 minutes. Can somebody give a try? How can you speak about yourself for 2 minutes? Let me see. Any topic of your choice.
Hello, good
Yes.
afternoon, everyone. Shimela here. I am currently pursuing my bachelor's in science, particularly applied nutrition and public health from St. Anne's College for Women, and I'm in my final year. And I have been interested. I have attended. I have attended this program, in fact, to learn more about things such as soft skills and what we require, what we need to know when we go for interviews. My field particularly is nutrition, but I am also interested in many other things, such as marketing and creative writing and many other things. And I want to learn more about other things that are out there, be it about entrepreneurship, how to just handle a group of people, how to lead a group of people, how to communicate properly with a group of people. And I don't mind making mistakes if I just get to learn more about this. Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. That was good. That was good. The one thing I liked in your speech was you said you don't mind to make mistakes. So the first and foremost attitude point, or rather, I should say, the character one should have, you know, thinking is I'm ready to make a mistake, but I'm ready to correct it and ensure it will not repeat. You listen to any great person in this, I mean, on this planet Earth. I was personally there in the session where Sundar Pichai was sitting in Mumbai, right? So when he said failures are common and I learned from failures, and he wears a badge of failure. I'm a failure. I bought it for 1500 rupees. The day I fail in my work, I wear it and show to the people. You question me, why is that you're showing everyone that you're a failure? Because let the world know what I'm today. Not that they need to know everything, but they should know what I'm trying to be today. You accept your failures very honestly and seek help from someone who can help you to get them corrected. And that's the day where you are successful. Why many entrepreneurs fail? It's not like they don't have ideas. It's not like they don't have money. It's not like they don't know how the business should be done. The only thing they don't know is how to present the business. Why people are fearing to be into marketing? Why the people are fearing to write something on the paper? It's all about the communication. Communication is not one-sided. I could have made this a complete PowerPoint presentations way where you don't feel like you're talking to a human. Rather, you feel like you're interacting with a robot. I don't want to make a robotic session here because that's one of the reason I'm asking people to speak up. Interviews are different types, undoubtedly. I'll help you out. It's not the end. You're allowed to reach me any point of time whenever you have a doubt. But I can't help people continuously to improve soft skills because that is something you be a coach for yourself. You take the help from a mentor and you start doing it. Fail once. Today you may not speak. See, I failed in 59 interviews in 2004 to get my first job in Hyderabad. 59 interviews. In 60th interview, I made my job and my salary was 1800 rupees. And today nobody will work even if I paid for 1 hour. Imagine that was for 1 month. I was traveling from Dilshuk Nagar to High Tech City, that to next to in Orbit Mall. And I know how much struggle I had. But how did I overcome all the interviews? How did I overcome my failure? I used to write all my failures on a paper and seek help from friends asking how should I overcome this. And that took 59 trials. 60th trial became successful and I was in. Guys, everything is possible. Only the challenge is we need to have that dedication and commitment to it. When that is there, you are the winner everywhere. You can make anything out of it. When you're going for an interview, what are the things you need to take care? When you're writing a resume, what are the things you're supposed to take care? If you have a LinkedIn profile, that's more than enough today. That's more than, it speaks everything. But before that, what are we trying to speak? Communication is one-sided. If I'm A, I convey something. If B, if you're all from location B, unless or until I get a reply from you either in the form of verbal or non-verbal, it cannot be called as a complete communication. Rather, it is called as a one-sided communication. One-sided communication is I throw the ball to the wall and it will give, it will stand there. It will not come back. If I stand in a location where echo is there, if I shout hello and if I don't listen it back, then that's a one-sided communication. If a boy is trying to say hello to someone, or a girl is trying to say hello to someone, and if you're saying good morning to your faculty or your friend, and if you don't get a reply, that's a one-sided communication. If a teacher is saying something, honestly, use this. Be very, very honest. I'm not, not trying to make any fun out of it, but let me tell you this. Sincere, let me ask you this question. Okay, so those whoever are, kindly share the YouTube link with your friends again. They might miss it out. Now, my question is very simple here. Be honest and be clear. How many of us ask questions in the classroom at the end of the discussion where a teacher says a lesson? If the teacher discusses a topic, how many of us honestly asks questions in the classroom in front of everyone? If you are saying yes, type yes in the chat box. If you say no, just put a no.
Yes,
Even on
sir.
YouTube. Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All the time. Oh, Shumela says all the time. Anam Fatima says Shumela. Okay. So everyone, okay, if you are even saying no, good that we are honest on this. Good. Thank you so much for that quick response, friends. So the reason why I ask this question is many teachers have a problem, and especially during these online classes, you don't see the teacher, and you can see the teacher, but the teacher cannot see the students. So when this confusion occurs, what will happen? The students will all be like, oh no, is it really needed to respond? So many are saying no, no, wonderful, no worries, but at least no, well, let us start doing it. The reason why we can't speak is I already said, we are bothered about others. Why are we bothered about others? It's your question, it's your doubt, it's your project, it's your achievement. You need to speak about it. You cannot have a secretary to speak about your achievements. You cannot ask your peer to come and talk about you. It's about you who needs to speak. I'll tell you the biggest satisfaction. The day you drive your own car, the day you eat your own food, the day you speak about yourself, the day you listen about yourself from others, the day you do everything by yourself is the biggest satisfaction. Not someone doing something for us. Just let's try to show that I'm capable of doing this. Today they may laugh at you. Today they might comment at you. How many times they'll do it? 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, maximum 5 days from sixth day. Two things will come to their mind. There is no point in commenting this girl, she will not care anything. Or why can't we try to be like this when she is able to do, why can't we do? Either you create a fire in them or you just make them to feel careless because they don't bother about you. But one thing is definitely possible. Either of these is definitely possible. These are not available in any of the textbooks, my dear friends. These are not available in any of the textbooks. These are available only in live. That means you listen from people, you learn from people. I have so many volumes of books at home, but I don't open anytime because I know it's another textbook reading for me. I don't say that don't go read the books, you read the books. But I'm a person who learns from people by listening to them more rather than just, trying to read the books. That's how I made it across the planet Earth. Now, we still have a lot more things to discuss about soft skills, but before that, let's get into the interviews. We have different types of interviews that happens, like campus interviews, on-site, and telephonic interviews. Many of us will have on-campus placements. So I've been there for a couple of colleges as a placement office, for conducting the recruitments. And I've seen those days where we have found the best students and we have found the students who are really not that worth of going. So what happens in these three is what we are going to see. Campus interviews is a location where companies will come to you. On-site is at the location of the employer, like you go to high-tech city to a company. Telephonic interviews is something happening currently in terms of pandemic environment. So these are the three things that actually work. These are the three things that actually work. Now, coming back to this. Okay. Uh, what is the next one we have? Let us see. Telephonic interviews are something where you don't need to much bother, but the only thing you need to take care is very seriously that you should be knowing what to speak and how to speak, because it's again the similar thing like pandemic where you can't see the person on the other side. It's over the call. You may be sitting, you may be relaxing, you may be sleeping, you may be yelling around, you may be running around, but the other person can easily identify. How? If you don't sit straight in 90 degrees and if you don't speak properly, it can be understood. If you are relaxing in the chair, like you are in the chair and your legs are somewhere 10 kilometers away from the chair, whoever walks on the way, they'll just fall down. If you're just trying to sit like that, then that's another way where you will be able to find out, where you will be able to find out, I mean, the HR can identify how are you sitting. There are a lot of things that we can easily tell you as an HR. The first thing is this, and the second thing will be, you know, when you're sleeping and talking to someone. In the classroom, it happens. Many people will be sleeping. Many people will be, they'll be just going around, right? Yeah. And number three, people will be relaxing. You know, just those who are on YouTube, they can say they'll be like this, and they'll be like, yeah, tell me. So when you're doing like this, it's not correct. It's not absolutely correct. You're not supposed to sleep and talk. Most of the time, what happens in online classes, many of the great student friends will be sleeping, right? They'll be relaxing in the recliner. They'll be rolling on the bed. They'll be, they'll be just trying to do something, whatnot. And when the teacher suddenly says, "Did you understand something?" They'll be like, yes, sir, I'm awake, sir. I understood, sir." But again, a snoring sound will come. Right? This happens with many people. So don't bother about all these things. But telephonic interviews are something where your verbal and non-verbal communications are being monitored by the HR. You should sit properly 90 degrees. You should keep your mouthpiece, the phone, very close, but don't put it inside the mouth, but put it close. Ensure there are no disturbances around, no resound coming. And also ensure you're maintaining a notepad. Because when the HR says something, you make a note of it. Don't ask the HR, "Sir, I did not understand, sir. What did you say, sir?" Don't do this. Make sure you're making note of the question. You're making note of some points. You take the feedback. That's important. That's a prime thing. See, when we are not ready for the feedback, we are a failure again. We cannot be successful, right? Now, coming to the next point. We have different types of job interviews. We do all these things. We conduct group discussions, face-to-face, psychometric or aptitude assessments. We take case studies at times for, especially for marketing guys and HR guys. We ask them to give a presentation, group discussion, and then debates. Why do we need to do all these things? All these include your soft skills. We have a lot of people, those who can see me on live YouTube. Now imagine, what if I don't look at the camera and, okay, now we are going to discuss about soft skills. You'll feel like, is this fellow okay? Is this fellow really daring enough to look at the camera, or is he bothered? Won't we feel like that? We will feel, right? When we are not able to look at someone's eyes, we don't maintain an eye contact, then what is the point of talking to someone? They'll feel like they're ignored. They'll feel like they're ignored. I'm sure many of us must have done this or must have come across this situation. Your friend will be talking to you and she'll be looking here and there, but not at you. When someone is doing that, there are two things in this. Number one, they're not confident. Number two, they're definitely lying something. When these two happens, that's when people cannot look into the eyes and speak. So I maintain the eye contact is very, very, very important. And when you're going for an interview, dress up. See, prepare very well. Dress up properly. Be mentally prepared. Research the employers. When I say research the employers, I'm not asking you to do a PhD in this. I don't say PhD. What am I trying to say is, you know the employer, if you're attending Google company or Genpact, don't go to Wikipedia and look out for Genpact information. Go to Genpact website and start searching. What is Genpact company? Who is the founder? What sort of projects they are handling? What is their employee strength? And what are the things happening around? What are their first quarter, second quarter results? How is their financial background in the market today? Research something. The reason is, we might ask any question. We might ask anything out of the profile or resume. It's not assured that we should ask everything from your resume. Now, that's the one thing. And the second thing is being mentally prepared. The biggest mistake what many of the students do is discussing with others. If a fellow goes inside and comes out, the discussion starts. What did they ask you? What did you answer? It will become like Dil Cinema Venumado. Questions are something and answers are something. Why is that we need to be bothered about everyone, guys? It's your job, it's your designation, it's your game. You be strategic in playing the game. You should know how to play it. You don't copy the game from someone. You don't be a copycat for someone. If you want to get a job, let everyone be something and you be someone unique. You should know how to carry a profile. You should be mentally prepared. Don't think like, okay, I'll be asked only for 10 minutes. My interview might happen only for 20 minutes. Who knows it? It can even happen for 20 seconds. It can even happen for 2 hours. Anything is possible. Just be mentally prepared and don't think that, don't tell at home like, Mama, I'm going for interview, prepare the lunch, I'll come. Who will send you home? Nobody will send you out unless or until you're rejected in the rounds. I used to take interviews for companies. We start at morning 11 o'clock and we end at even at night 11:30 12. Because it's not the company who are doing it directly. The company will coordinate with the client and the client will say, okay, wait for some time and then we will see this. That's when things will come in place. Right? So if you have any questions in between, you can use the chat window on YouTube as well as on Zoom. Don't worry about it. Dress appropriately. Girls, here all are girls, so I'm telling it very clearly. Don't wear high heels for an interview. We are not going for a matrimony function or we are not going for a recreation. Don't dress up in such a way like you are going for a party or you are not going for any entertainment. Make a professional blazer, put over a professional decent dress, a traditional dress, wear normal flat chappals, again without any noise at the heels. Ensure you're carrying a handbag, a folder with all the resumes inside, couple of pens, properly groomed hair. Don't wear odd lipsticks. Don't wear all this jewelry. It's not a photo shoot because we experienced all these with the people. We experienced all of this. So don't try to come up with wonderful dressing shows. Just ensure you are able to go with a simple dress. You're there for a job. You're not here for marriage. So make it simple. Make it decent. Don't come up with the different hairstyles. Make it, if you're ponytail, leave it as a pony. If it's a normal hair, leave it as a normal hair. And make sure your dresses are attractive, not gaudy. Wear some such colors. Okay. Okay. Where uh, Faiza Banu says this is a problem we are facing in online teaching. What is the problem? You can comment. Okay. So what happens here is wear some light colors. Don't wear such gaudy dark colors. Right? Appearance matters a lot. Make a good impression. The moment you enter the door, knock the door and get inside. From then onwards, since then till you get out of the room, we watch everything. We take only 20 seconds to evaluate a person, and that's more than enough, right? So, pride in yourself implies pride in your work. Show your creativity and be well groomed and clean. I advise don't over decor yourself. Don't put over face packs or whatever it is. All the girly things. Just make it simple, right? People are okay with what you are. People don't want someone who go with overcasting or over makeups. Just make it very simple. That's more than. And ensure that your fingernails are proper. That's the most important thing what I would like to comment on. Nitisha says, sir, how in 20 seconds a person can be judged? A person can be judged within 20 seconds, the way they approach the person, the HR, the way they say good morning, the way they carry a profile, and the way they dress up, and the way they totally present themselves, and the way they open the mouth. That's more than enough. But remember, I'm not saying here the first 20 seconds. It can be any 20 seconds. It is not like the beginning of the 20 seconds when they enter the room. No, it can be anywhere in the 20 seconds. If, for example, if I have taken 1 minute, after 1 minute, I maximum need 20 seconds to take to make a judgment about the person. So it's very important to confirm or to ensure that you are proper. And please, most important thing, avoid your jewelry and perfumes. Don't let someone understand that this company's brand ambassador for this perfume company, I mean, is walking for the interview. Don't let someone feel that you're here like this, right? Uh, Fine. What is it you need to have on your resume is a question. What is it you need to have on your resume is a one simple question. What will we have in the resume? I'll show you. But again, I mean, I have certain, is blazer and western formal wear necessary, or is any formal wear okay? Yes, madam, that's a good question, Krishna Priya. Any formal wear, see, blazer is a protocol that is being set by the college. Of course, it's good, but don't wear such western formal wear like round neck t-shirts, shaded jeans, faded jeans, torn jeans with a bathroom paragon chappal, nothing as such. Okay, you wear a blazer with a, if you want to really wear a t-shirt, make it a collared t-shirt which looks decent with a plain color. Okay, and you wear such a trouser which is not skin tight or tight fit, or which is very odd to see in colors also. And if you want to wear formals, a general routine salwar or a chudidar which you regularly wear but looks a bit good with iron should be good. We are not asking you to come in saris or in any of the traditional wear, but you wear any something formal which really goes good with your body fitting. Okay, let the people not feel like, okay, she has no dress, she bought something from her neighbor. Don't get that impression, because we even get that people wonderfully. So before we go with the resume writing, we have one more question here. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome, Krishnapriya. So we need to practice the soft skills which I've already told you. That's really needed. Research the company. Know what is the company has is all about. Salwa Fatima has raised the hand. You can use the chat window and type your question, Fatima. No problem. And researching the company, you need to know who are their competitors. What are the products? What is the size? What is the size of the company? And what are the locations they're operating at? Since how many years it is there? Who is the CEO? There's a lot to do in that company research for the interview. You go to internet, you go to the PR, you go to anywhere, you'll get the information. One person asked me, sir, do we need to do meditation? Why? You be silent, you be composed, you be what you wanted to be. You just practice the way you should speak. That's it. You don't need anything else. We are all capable of doing everything in an interview. The only challenge is we are still dependent on someone. We talk to them, we ask them questions, we discuss everything, and finally we say, I'm right. Don't get into that situation of, defending yourself and feeling like, am I really good or bad? Does our capability depends on our look. Your attitude can be designed. I mean, we can judge your attitude. Okay. Uh, Yeah, I'm coming to that, Faiza Banu, I'll tell you. See, your attitude, we can see if you're going for an interview with a torn jeans, paragon chipple, and then a t-shirt with an odd color, with a cap and a silky hair, and not groomed hair, hanging earrings worth of a metro train going into the earrings. Imagine, how can we assess the person? That's one of the reason colleges and many of the companies imposed uniform or a dress code, because your discipline lies in your dress code. Your discipline lies. Till day, I never wore a shaded jeans or a faded jeans. I hardly wear one or two jeans, and that too they are with a comfort and a plain, decent. But even the shirts I purchase, full length, not a short length, full cups, everything in decent designs. That's important, guys, because someone is watching you. Remember, What about the ones with abaya? What is this? Abaya? What is abaya? Salwa Fatima, can you make it a bit clear? Abaya. You can type it there. So we have a couple of questions here on this. There is a problem. This is a problem we are facing in online teaching. Faiza Banu says that do they ask anything instead of soft skills? They ask everything apart from soft skills, but everything is measured on soft skills. Yeah, you can. You are traditionally allowed. See, whatever the things are there in terms of tradition, your burqa, if you are a Sikh, your turban, or if you are from a Christian background, if you are supposed to wear a full gown as a traditional thing, yes, you are allowed. Nobody is going to stop you for this because traditions are respected. For example, if he is a Hindu who is on a Sabarimala visit wearing a black dress without chappals, yes, we allow them. We respect the traditions. We don't say like, no, 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 whatever happens, you come like this. No, sir, please. No, girls, nobody says that. You're allowed to wear the things that are really traditional enough. Don't worry about it. Nobody is going to question you on this. Okay. Uh, yeah, you're welcome, Salwa. And then your attitude plays a very important thing. Never show an attitude where people feel like this guy is not correct. Speak properly. You might feel arrogant. You might feel anger that HR is taking more time, but you're here for a job. You're not here to question someone. You don't know something, ask for a permission. You don't know something, you ask for that and say, sir, what if a girl doesn't have a blazer? Just go normally, don't worry. Wear that such a dress where people will get impressed because of the dress. Blazer is a protocol that is being set, but it's still for few of the things it's optional one. Don't bother about too much of all those things. Blazer is still an optional one. So carry a gentle smile. Don't show all the 32 teeth like in a close-up advertisement. No, just show it formally like a gentle smile. So Allu Harshita says how to introduce ourselves in the interview. I'll show you that. Don't worry. I'll tell you how to introduce. Sit straight. Adapt your surroundings. Ensure they are calm, decent, neat. Don't sit on a roadside pavement and then say, "Okay, I'm here. So, can someone help me to, uh, you know, can someone listen to me?" Don't say that, right? Oh, welcome, Nitisha. And then use such powerful words. Now, when I say powerful words are any words to that matter, okay, so what that means is, okay, we are just trying to ensure the words what we use are really impressing someone. Okay, that's most important. See, this is a professional age for women. Salwar kameez, trousers with full sleeved shirt, saris, polished shoes, use minimal accessories. Right? So this is something for men. It's okay. Leave it. Right? I'm sorry for that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You. Right. Employers will try to identify some good manners in you. How do you say good morning? Okay, if you don't carry a smile and say good morning to your HR, good morning. Your tone matters. Your energy, your voice, and your tone matters. Hi, good morning. Hi, good morning. Hi, good morning. Don't be that, but be someone who is very decent. Hey, hi, very good morning. How are you all? This is more than enough. Carry a gentle smile on the face. Don't put the face like very serious and say, yeah, I'm very happy to talk to you today. Where is the happiness in the face? It's not correct. So have something. So impressions make a big difference. Impressions. Treat the people with respect. The one who is taking your interview might be younger to you, might be someone elder to you, anyone to that matter, but never ever treat someone as okay. Never ever treat someone as youngster. At that point of time, you are here for something and they're ready to give you something. That's it. Shumaila says, is flowy English recommended? Yeah, flowy, nice word. Yes, ma'am. It's important. You cannot have an English which is like a passenger train stopping or a bus which stops wherever someone raises the hand. On RTC buses, you will find "Cheyi ettinu chota aapabodunu." You don't have such communication where people will be eagerly waiting. What will they speak next? What will they speak next? Don't be that. Have a flow. That comes when you have good choice of English words. This is how I talk to people. You show me someone whom I never met in in the last 38 years of my life, but you when I start talking to them, you'll feel like, does this fellow know this guy for the last few years? That's how I talk to them. I don't feel like new, old, good, bad, nothing. I want to speak and I'll do it. Right? So be on time for the interview. That's the most important thing. You be on time. Don't ensure, don't say that there was a traffic problem, there is a power problem. If you know that your college interview location takes 1 hour from your house, on the day of interview, you take early another 1 hour. That means start 2 hours before. Ensure you are at least 15 minutes early at the place of interview, because at the security gate, they will make an entry what time the person has come in. Even if you manually write that you came at 10 o'clock, 9:45, even after being there at 10 o'clock, there is something called a digital camera which will help them to understand. So don't get into that situation and let the people understand that you're again giving some false information here. Carry multiple copies of your resume, a notebook and a pen, a folder, as I said earlier, or a handbag. Don't just try to carry with a pen and paper. Like, don't go with normal hand. So this is all I'll again explain. But there will be certain tricky questions which you might come across. But before I go with the tricky questions, I'll help you to understand. Can someone try to see how do you introduce yourself? Can someone introduce yourself?
So can I do it?
Yes, yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Krishna Priya, and I'm a BCom third year student from St. Anne's College for Women. I've always loved reading books, and I like singing, and I like knowing about Indian mythology a lot. And coming to the uh, curricular aspects, I'm interested in research methodology and marketing. Uh, yeah, thank you.
How much time you took? Hardly 40 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone else would like? Is there anyone who would like to give a try about
Sir, can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, please.
Uh, I'm Nitya from MSCS. Um, I I really wanted to do things which is out of line, which I want to read books, and also I have interest in data science. I
Hmm.
want to. I'm really trembling right now. I'm sorry, I wouldn't say right.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to do. I wanted to research in data analytics, or otherwise, if it is not possible, I would do in statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, things are not coming right the way I want to speak. I think I
Okay.
should stop.
No, that's fine. See, this is what happens because our preparation or mindset is not prepared. You did not expect that Karthik would ask someone to speak in between, and you did not expect that you will say, yes, I'll do, but you know, things will go the other way. This is what happens in interviews. You know how it will be? Till the examination hall, before entering the door also into the inside the room, we'll have a book in our hand. The entire 1 year or the entire semester education we'll be reading in last 15 minutes when we are traveling on the bike or in auto rickshaw or on a bus. Our preparation is totally different. We'll play T20, T10. All of a sudden, in interview, when someone who gives a question and it's your turn, and we'll be like, where am I now? Is it me? So, how do you do that? I'll tell you. Before that, Shumaila says about the same question, continuing to the same question. But wouldn't it be considered showing off? They will think that we are trying too hard to please them. No worries, you can please the people, but don't please someone with a fake accent. I'm trying to talk to you all with a normal accent now. It's a very common, natural, standard, understandable human English, if I'm right. But but if I try to make am I not audible? Am I not audible now on YouTube, guys? Am I not audible on YouTube? Just say yes or no. Okay, now on YouTube, just say yes or no. Okay, right. What were we talking? They can hear you now. What were we trying to speak? This was a disturbance.
You were talking about having a fake accent.
Now, how will be a fake accent? Can someone demonstrate?
Actually, I wanted to say in this way people will speak.
Okay. See, the fake accent is like right now I'm talking to you all normally in understandable English. Now, just imagine what if I try to make it a different way. Hey guys, I'm just trying to, we are all, I know it's going to be very clear for us. Today I'm going to talk to you all about interview skills, and we're all going to know how you should attend an interview and what are the things you're supposed to take care in terms of soft skills. What is that now? We can understand very clearly that it's all fake. It's all fake. That means we are not trying, we are not trying to make the things so user friendly. That's the one thing. Speak very honestly, very clearly and honestly. Don't even bother what others think about it. Don't even bother. Just, you know, make your normal English. Even if you want to speak slowly, don't make it like a Zootopia character, like a sloth. Don't put it like a sloth character again. You cannot be a sloth. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry, the screen sharing got stopped. Right. You cannot be a sloth character again in anything. You need to be someone uh, who is very confident in speaking about it, like the way how I'm trying to do, right? So when you're trying to introduce yourself, many of the people do this mistake. The one mistake what they do is, some major mistake what they do is, they start with a traditional approach. Hello everyone, very good morning. My name is Karthikeya Kumar. I am from Hyderabad. My father is this, my mother is this. I'm not expecting someone to be so traditional and so rhythmic in terms of music. We are trying to know you, we are trying to understand you as an individual, not as a profile. I don't want a resume to talk in terms of a human being. I want a human to talk to me. Well, very good morning. I'm Karthikeya Kumar. So I live in Hyderabad and I'm a person who is very passionate about photography. You know, whenever I get some time, I run and around. I mean, I just go around with my camera and I just take wonderful pics. Of course, I feel that they are wonderful. I don't know how others will feel about it. And most of the times I go around for photography and I love to travel around. So I take my car and just go around here and there. And when it comes to work, yes, I've been there in this industry for the last 17 years. And of course, my career with, the companies like Dell, ADP, and Bank of America has always been very great. And even today, whatever I'm working as a assistant vice president gives me real satisfaction. And well, I've been, I mean, like, I'm an MBA passed out in so and so year, and I'm from this particular institution, which really gave me a lot of skills and knowledge. And because of them, today, what I'm here is just because of them. So I'm always thankful to my college and my parents. And my parents, yes, they have been there with me since my childhood, and we are a family of four or three, whatever it is, and you know, and we are all a lovable family, and everyone helps each other. Just make something a story, build a story around your profile. Don't just try to make something where people feel like, okay, this is another boring discussion. Just try to make something very interesting, right? So uh, self introduction is something which really needs a lot of, okay, guys, there is something I should say that since we are not from the same YouTube link to Zoom, the transmission is different. But if someone from YouTube would like to speak, they can still speak up, and people from Zoom are already communicating. But don't worry about this. I'm going to share the video where you can listen to entire thing. Once this session is ended, you'll get a link with the feedback form, with the video link and everything. What's happening? Okay. So don't worry, you'll have everything in place. Now, there are different situations where you'll have tricky questions. Now I have a question for all of you. Probably we can end the session by 5:30 if you're all okay with it. Ma'am, is it okay if we end it at 5:30 or any time constraint?
Yeah, no problem, sir.
Thank you.
Students are like, yeah, interacting very well, so no problem, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I have a couple of questions here. If you can speak up, you can speak. If not, you can type. My wonderful first question is, who are you? My question is, who are you? No answer. Who are you?
I am Shamela.
Hmm. That's fine. So what? Who are you?
I'm currently final year. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree, but I'm also a very passionate and enthusiastic human being that wants to learn more and wants to draw out my artistic side and create something and make that product sell worldwide.
Hmm. The second half of the thing, whatever you said, is what I expect. The reason why this question is asked, whenever this question is coming in an interview, who are you? Don't say that I'm Karthik or I'm so and so, I'm a girl, I'm from Hyderabad. Nobody bothers who you are and where are you from. They would like to know what are you to the organization and what are you as an individual. Answer that. Well, I'm Karthik and I'm a person who can be a good asset to this organization because I believe in myself and I'm the one who can deliver the results in time like the way the company and the client will expect. And I'm sure that I can be one of those biggest assets for this organization. And this question is the first question every time asked in civils. Whoever goes for an IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS, first thing is to know who are they. Don't tell about your profile. Tell what are you going to be to the organization or to the country. Now, why should a company hire you? Why should a
Because
Yeah,
we should be useful for them. We should be useful for each other. That's why they take us.
okay.
I mean, we should have certain skills which should attain their. How should I say?
Because of my skill set and and I just fit in and blended well into the company policies, and I can help the company reach their expectations and their goals.
Mm-hmm. Good. Someone on YouTube, you can speak up. People on YouTube, I think you have an option to speak up, or you can type. Take some time, type it. Why should a company hire you? If I'm exceptional, oh my god, how can someone be exceptional? Or that person who, how can they be exceptional? Tell me one reason why a company should hire you.
Sir, if I am if I think out of the box and if I'm not like the regular kind,
I have three questions in this. What is out of box, not a regular kind? It's-
I should be able to think differently, which will benefit the organization rather than thinking like most of the people.
okay, thanks for that. Nitisha says because I believe I have the skills and capability to serve the company to my best. And Asgar says because I'm the fast learner, I can adapt to certain situations easily. And Shumaila says because I believe in myself and can carry out. Okay, good. What are the answers on YouTube here? I'm exactly the same person who you are thinking me to be. I'm Sadia, an undergraduate student. Okay, wonderful. Nice answers. But the one simple thing is, again, as I said earlier in the previous answer, how can you be an asset to an organization? Why should a company hire you? Just tell them, show the confidence, create a trust in them. Give an answer which builds confidence and trust. Given an opportunity, you will really feel like you have got one of the best employees, and I'm sure I'll be the one who will prove that your company has got the finest employee, and I'll be a part of your company's success. Speak what you can be to the organization. Speak what you can give to the organization, not what you take from the organization. Don't say that I'll be the best and so because I'll get my internship, I'll get my increment, I'll get my salary, I'll get my goodies. Don't say that. One girl told this, why should the company hire you? If you hire me, I'll work better and I'll also get a lot of goodies from your company. So that cannot be the answer, right? So my next question is, how much salary are you expecting? If at all, if I'm hiring for any job in general, how much salary you expect? Here, Shika says, I have confidence within me that I can surely give something to the company and I can learn a lot more from the company. Guys, one thing you remember, don't use such words which creates a suspicion. I may give, okay, or I can feel like I can do this. Don't create any such, or don't come up with such word where people feel like, okay, not sure, it's not 100%. So put some strong words where confidence is built very strongly. Yeah, how much salary are you expecting?
Before going, we'll check how much we'll get according to that job. We
Where do you
already
where,
go and
where
check.
do you check it?
First thing I'm looking for is work experience, not salary.
So you mean to say you're not ready, you don't need any salary now?
No, firstly, I'm looking for experience, right?
So are you ready to work with the company for 6 months without salary?
For 6 months, yes. Why not?
Now 1 year?
No.
Why?
Because 6 months to 1 year is still a trainee period, so I can understand. If they make me work for long hours also without giving
So
me payment
overall, you're saying like you're ready to work without any salary for 6 months.
for 6 months or a year, yes.
Any other answers?
We need to wait. I mean, we need to let them talk first about the salary.
No, they will not
And
talk. See, if I'm the HR, my straightforward question: how much salary are you expecting?
As you said, sir, we have to research about the company before going, and we'll also research how much salary we'll have to get it for certain job.
So, if I'm hiring for an HR role or a business analytic role, how much you will expect?
Some around 50, according to if I'm experienced, some around 50 to
35,000 per month.
No, you're all freshers, right?
then
25, I suppose.
20.
For
What is it?
freshers, 15 to 20,000 per month.
Okay, 15 to
Basic
20,000.
salary for the position.
Basic salary for the position.
12 to 15.
12 to 15. What is the 12 to 15?
12K to 15K.
What is the 12 k? Oh, 12 kilos to 15 kilos?
No, sir, it's 12,000 to
Okay.
15,000.
12,000. This is what the problem is. People go with jargons and shortcuts. They say like, okay, you get me 30K. I'll get you 30 kilos of what? Onions. So don't use shortcuts. Okay, say 12,000 to 15,000. And very brilliant people will give one wonderful smart answer. You know what? As per the company norms. Now my next question is, what are the company norms? This is not found on Google. Company norms was found on Google. So
Company policies.
whatever. No, you tell me what are my company policies. We cannot say. See, on YouTube, people are typing according to your company norms and my ability. And minimum salary as a fresher, 25 to 35K. I expect the salary to give justice to my capability. What is justice here? I don't understand. So my salary expectations are in line with my experience and qualification. Okay, but you're a fresher. What is your qualification? MBA. What is your experience? Zero. What is your salary now expectation? This is the biggest challenge what you get when you're trying to give answer for this question. Sir, I'm ready to work with the organization with any salary that you provide, but what all I need is an experience. Don't speak about hikes or anything. And in order to avoid all these confusions, the company started giving this point called salary range for a fresher, so and so salary. So there is no point of asking this question by an HR. In case if they ask, you already have the job description. There they mentioned for fresher, it is around 2.5 to 3.5 lakhs. Now what you can say, sir, I can expect the salary that you have already mentioned in the job description. I'm okay with it. So don't give a number that comes to your mind randomly. People will start even giving 1 lakh. Don't do that. Yeah. No, there's a wonderful situation where HR will have an option to get questions from the candidates. Okay. So HR will say, any questions for me? And the answer will be no questions. Now the question here is, why are we not asking questions? If I'm the HR, if I've interviewed you, I say that you're selected. No, I'm giving you an option to ask me questions. What sort of questions you can ask me? Anyone?
Maybe anything related to the company.
how long will the trainee period be, and what all am I expected to learn on from my end and come apart from the skills that I already possess.
Do me a favor, break that sentence into two pieces and then tell me again.
Okay, what am I supposed to learn and come apart from the degree and the thing that I have already studied, my course, and uh, how long will the trainee period be?
Okay, nice. Any other questions? So you'll ask like training period, duration, what are the things you need to learn, right? That's
Or how did my interview go?
how did your interview go? Good.
Asking them what in what case I can be better.
Okay, working hours. People are saying like Tarani says, is there any training for my work? Nitisha says, does the company have night shifts? Anusha says working hours. Lot many questions are there to ask, but unfortunately people don't ask anything. And the only thing they ask is, do we have a cafeteria? That's the only question that comes to the mind. And do I get a cab? Two things. Any question is, you know, recommended, and you can ask anything. Nobody will stop you. Okay,
Is
you
there
can
anything
impress.
that concerns you about?
Sorry.
Is there anything that concerns you about my resume?
Exactly. You ask something where you show them that you are on the path of improvement. Don't limit yourself and say, okay, my God, finally my interview is done. अभी यहाँ पे मैं और एक मिनट रह गया तो मेरे मुझसे क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछेगा बस चले जाओ वहाँ से leave the room. No, ask questions. How was my interview? How did you feel that? Do you think I'm capable? I mean, like, do you think is there anything that I really need to improve? Okay, what do you expect from a fresher like me? Lot of questions. Good. On YouTube people are typing it. Good. So there are a lot of things that one can be a part of it, right? So ask questions. Don't just silently carry away from there and then move out. Okay, the most important factors in terms of all these things are, okay, number one, have a good energy while talking. Be clear and in terms of your tone and voice. Be confident while speaking. Active listener. Don't sleep in between the interviews. Be active while listening to people, and then try to answer every question, whether it is right or wrong. Be an active participant. Don't be a silent spectator. Be an active participant. If you don't follow all this right today, tomorrow, whatever the profession you get into, you'll become a dumb. What are the things you need to do in an interview? Research the company, prepare for tough questions, greet the interviewer enthusiastically. You should know how to give a shake hand. You should know how to stand, how to sit. Focus on what you offer, not what you want. Let the company give you what they can offer. Don't ask what you want. It's not like shopping with parents. Mummy, get me this, daddy, get me this. Know your rights as an interviewee. You should know what you can ask and what you should not. When I say you can give a compliment to an interviewer or the HR, don't say like, you look very smart. Don't do this. Okay, don't try to flatter the person. It's not so easy. Okay, have a good attitude, be positive, show confidence, be professional enough, and follow up with a note or a phone call. Now, once the interview is done, so just say that it was really nice talking to you. And is there any way that I can get in touch with you for any further queries, or is there any further way that I can get in touch with the HR department? Because let there be a communication happening. So when you start giving an interview introduction, I'll show you what to do and what not to do. Don't ask for salaries, benefits, vacations in the time of interview immediately, even if you're selected. Okay. Don't display your personal habits. What do you do on the weekends? You know what? I'll go to Banjara Hills, I'll sit in the hookah bar, I'll go to party, I'll drink Red Bull. Don't say all these things. Okay. Behave decently. Don't lie. Don't get too chatty about non-job topics. I mean, going out of the topic and then making too much of discussion about it. You're here for a job, don't discuss about something. And don't blame others or disparage employers. It's your fault. If you've done something, it's your fault. Don't discourage someone or don't fault someone for that. Right? So, kinetic at the interview, eye contact, facial expression, posture, gesture, space distancing. This is what we are following now. Voice and time management. That's very important. Eye contact, as I said, it's very, very important. Facial expressions, keep a smile on the face. Don't show your face in such a way that you're not happy for this interview. Be happy. Keep smiling. Sitting posture 90 degrees. Don't relax in the chair. Don't give an impression that you're sleeping. Non-verbal, yes, you should have a maintain eye contact. Your handshake should be proper. Okay, your sounds. Don't be silent when on a telephonic interview. You keep saying yeah. Don't say yeah, yo. Yes. Okay, fine. Keep using these words that let the other person feel like you're listening to him. Don't sit silently like in an online class. Okay, keep minimum gestures. Don't wave the hands like left, right, and center. Don't wave it. Leave the hands palms open. Leave the hands open. Don't fold them. Let the fingers be clean. Cut the nails. Clean the dust. Don't put nail polish, multiple colors on single nail. Okay. When you give a shake hand, let the recruiter don't feel like he got pinched with a pin. Let your nails don't be like a railway station track so lengthy or a metro train. Right? Avoid improper movements. Sit at a place properly. Don't drum with your fingers. Don't play music. You are not Shivamani or someone to play music on the table. Use the space properly. Don't drag the chairs at the interview place. Don't drag it. Brr, no. Lift it, keep it smoothly, and again lift it, keep it back. Don't drop the file. Thup. Put it soft, smooth. Be expressive. Airtel. Express yourself. Speak as much as possible. Speak with a smiling, lovable face and with a moderate pitch. Don't shout, don't scream. Modulate your voice where it should go up, where it should go down. You behave like a singer or an actor. That's more than enough. That's more than enough, I believe. Yeah. So, time management. There are 10 reasons why people can be rejected. This is very important. Your arrogance can be one of the reasons. Don't show arrogance. Okay. Apathy. This is an exercise. Before I end the session, tell me what do you understand by the word apathy. Uninhabited, that's spelling mistake. Uninhabited nervousness, evasive answers, lack of concentration, lack of crispiness, lack of social skills, lack of firmness, inadequate quantitative skills, and unsuitable personality. Make sure your personality and totally as an individual, you are very, very, very impressive. Speak the way, behave the way, be in a way that you are impressive. Now evaluate yourself before you go there and after you come out. How did I present myself overall? What are your strengths? Can someone tell me what are your strengths and weaknesses? When do you say what are your strengths and weaknesses?
My strengths are that I'm confident in myself and I can talk to an individual with and have a proper communication, be it a small talk or talk for a while. I can do that, and I can grasp things easily and work on them. And I can also look into myself to see if I've made some errors.
Weakness,
Yes.
right. So there are a lot of things because many people say my strength is my family, my weakness is my family. My strength is my chocolates, eating chocolates. My weakness is drinking cold drinks. Don't give all these pizza burger answers. Okay, Shumaila says modulate voice. What is modulation of voice? Modulation of voice is nothing but where you should raise your tone and bring it down. If you observe, in between, I'm trying to speak like as if I'm singing. At some points, I'll go like wow, 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 wavery. At some points, I'll be flat. Again, wavery. Use the tone differently. Well, if you would like to understand this, of course, I'm very good at speaking, but I should know what to speak and what not. That's why I said you behave like a film person, like an artist, where people feel like, okay, he's really good at talking for this, right? Interview is nothing but, where you give a self introduction. How do you do that? I have told you. Of course, this video will be shared. Give an introduction in such a way that people will get impressed like anything. Well, I'm definitely sure that you are looking for a person like me because I'm the one who is really suitable for your organization in terms of deliverables, leadership, and I'm the one who has been the best in all these things. And that should build the confidence in everyone. And that's important. Okay. Good one, Pallavi. You found out the answer. Kindly mute yourself. Kindly mute. Thank you. So Pallavi says apathy is nothing but lack of interest. Good. And sir, now in this pandemic situation, how a person will be interviewed and how a person will be judged or evaluated. We are taking the interviews virtually on Zoom, so we can see the person, we can talk to the person, we can listen to the person, and the same rules and regulations are applicable even directly. So don't worry about all those things. We are there to take care of it, right? So virtual, you will be virtually understood. So sir, could you please enlighten us about the art of writing a resume? Yes, coming to that. What are the things that you're supposed to write in a resume? Okay. Now, whenever we are trying to write a resume, what are the standard things you do? How do you start writing a resume? Let me see if I can share one resume here.
With a heading.
What heading?
Career objective.
Curriculum vitae.
Curriculum vitae. Okay.
With our name
Okay.
and
One simple question here. What is the difference between curriculum vitae, resume, and CV or profile?
a resume means without any experience, how we write. A CV is a with the experienced person with a 5 years experience or some more experienced to write the CV.
Hmm. Any other answers? This is the exercise for you. What is the difference between CV, profile, and resume?
A CV is a more detailed resume.
Okay.
That's all I know, sir.
Okay. Profile is nothing but that you prepare earlier days for marriages. Today, if you send a one-page biodata, I mean to say, biodata is something you send for marriages. Girl is born on this date, etc., etc., etc. Resume is for a fresher where you make it a maximum of 2 pages, which includes your, since you're a fresher, you don't have experience, that includes your projects, your objective. I'll show you on resume, your achievements. CV, curriculum vitae, is something for an experienced person who is with at least 5 to 8 years. Profile is something which goes beyond 10 years. It is like a small book. So I'll try to share one, profile of a guy, and I'll show you the CV. I mean the resume. Let me see if you guys can understand something out of this. Just give me 1 minute. So we are going to wind up in another 10 minutes, but again, don't worry, we'll help you to understand. So you see a resume here. You see us on the screen. For those on YouTube, don't worry, I'll share you the things. Whenever you're trying to write a resume, the first and foremost thing is let the heading, don't put curriculum vitae, resume, anything. Put your name, your contact details like email ID, phone number, if you have any website, personal website. And if better, you have a LinkedIn profile, create a LinkedIn profile. That's it. Then your career objective or objective, put an objective which speaks about your, your life ambition, like where the person can understand what is that you are trying to do. Okay, that is a career objective. What is that you want to do in the career? Then your education, what is the highest education you recently completed or you're pursuing, so that will be done. So next, your projects, whatever you do, and then your internship, what you did, if any publications you have done, areas of interest where you're really serious about, technical or software skills you really know, if any awards, achievements, workshops attended, etc., etc. Extracurricular activities, what are the languages you know. What I'm going to do here is, since few are on the YouTube, few are on the uh, Zoom, so what I'm going to do here for all of you is I'll be sharing, okay, a blank profile or a profile or a resume, okay, across the email to all the 441 people, and that will help you to really understand what it is exactly. Is that okay? Is that fine if I mail you all the blank format of a resume? And the task is you all need to fill it and send it to me. Again, I will be checking that. Everyone on the YouTube also, is it okay
Yes,
for all
sir.
of you? Because it's tough to share it on both the screens here at this point of time. So I'll be sharing a blank profile. and probably I'll all help you to understand. See, there is a WhatsApp group that has been created. I've shared the link. If not, you take from your friends. I'm again going to share that. But join the WhatsApp group to know more updates or to keep knowing how to prepare for interviews, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that is very important. So you'll all get an email. You'll all get an email with a WhatsApp group, feedback link, and also with a video link. I mean, all this session video. So when you're trying to write a resume, the factors you need to remember, the prime factor you need to remember is that you need to be very clear in being only honest. Don't publish any false information over profile. That is very, 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 very clear. Don't publish anything as such where people feel like, okay, this is something wrong. Publish something which is really true. Just looking at the profile, we can easily get to know whether you furnish the right information or wrong information. Being a fresher, if you publish information about Microsoft, Power BI, etc., 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 now I'll start asking questions about it, and that's where you'll be caught. Even if you don't know anything, just leave it. We are happy with it. Your resume, I'll tell you what it should be there. Your resume, I'll share a PPT, I'll share a profile, I'll share the pros and cons of resume writing, and I'll tell you what should be written and what not. Okay, how to know that the proper resume is proper or not. Very simple. The kind of information you furnish on the resume is what it speaks about. I cannot show some profiles, okay, but they have been designed in such a worst way that I can feel like they're really copy pasted ones. Once upon a time, long back, from one of the college, 35 students have sent their profiles for interview, out of which 20 profiles, except the name and signature, everything was the same. That's where we found that everyone copy pasted it. So never ever do a copy paste in writing a resume. Resume writing skills are very important. How to write a resume, how to, I mean, what is a blank format of a resume? I'm going to email to all the 441 people who have registered on this particular session. Will that help everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Instead of just telling out
That'd be
here,
great.
I'll share the profile to everyone over the email within the next 1 or 2 hours, and you guys will be able to have it. And I believe that should really help you all to understand what are the things you need to have and what not. Right?
sir, I have a doubt. May I
Yes,
ask it?
yes. It's time for questions.
Yes, sir. How important are marks in helping us acquire a job? What are the main things that a company looks for in a new fresher employee?
Okay, good question. Let me tell you this because what happened is earlier days people used to have a criteria. The companies used to have a criteria of marks, like as you said, is this person having 60%? Is this person with 70% or 80% or whatever the type of percentages it is. But nowadays, marks is not a criteria. Still, there is a cutoff of 60-70%. But people know that many of the marks are not those marks which they have really earned. They might have by-hearted it, they might have copied it, pasted it, anything can happen. So marks is just a criteria, but your skills will be assessed or your skills will be tested based on the answers what you give. The answers will itself explain what type of marks did you get. So don't bother too much about the marks or percentages. They are going to be just a set mark for it. But still, 60% to 70% is what a company minimum looks for. If you have it, then yes. It's just a toll gate, I mean, an entry ticket. I'm sure many of us must have got this. But again, even if you don't have that 60-70%, at least let the profile be impressive. Make such projects, make such things on a resume where people feel like, okay, this is really interesting. So just try to do that.
So
Yeah.
actually, I was trembling to introduce myself before, but I'm saying you for 2 hours, 1.5 hours. That's why now it's okay. But what if I go to interview and I couldn't able to speak? What should I do? What preparation should I do?
Simple thing, madam. That's a nice question. The one thing everyone needs to do here is once you go to the interview location, feel like you are in your own college, you are looking at your faculty, they are not new people. It's all about the mindset, what you make. It's not about the person or it's not about the location. That's why I chose Mr. Bean and Mr. Charlie Chaplin. I don't care whoever is in front of me. I'm here to get a job and I'm here to speak something. Take a deep breath, leave it, and then start speaking. Don't bother who is in front of me. Is it a cinema hero, or is it a movie villain, or is it a celebrity, or is it a politician? Let it be any Tom, Dick, and Harry sitting in front of us. Don't even care. Just make the mindset in such a way that I'm here for one task. Let me speak and get out. That's it. Ensure your mind is prepared as such. Don't feel like I'm seeing a new person. Will he listen to me or will she listen to me? Will they say something? Let them say anything. Let them do anything. Let them be calm. Let them talk to you. Let them not talk to you. Anything. What is the purpose of being there? You need to speak. Your mind has to be. If that is the mindset even I have got, how do you think I will speak so freely with you all now? If I think like, okay, I'm talking to new people, that too girls, so I need to be very careful. So I need to look out for words. I'll become an Oscar artist then. I don't want to be that. Just speak as if you know them for the last 20 years, right? And that's one reason in corporates people don't entertain sir, madam. They say Karthik. Even many of my interns call me Karthik, not sir. The reason is this gap will get vanished. They talk to each other like a friend, and that opens the mind very well. And you're welcome to do that. And even in interview, you don't need to say sir. If they say, hey, hi, I'm Karthik, I'm your HR. Hey, hi, Karthik, how are you? Don't say, hi, sir, how are you, sir? Nobody is going to say no if you take a name. Don't worry about it. It's true. It's allowed. Okay. Am I clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sorry.
So just give me 1 minute. I'm a degree third year student. What will be my salary package in the companies? Very clear. It depends on your company that you select, but minimum package these days is 2.5 is what you are expecting from any company unless or until it's a very small scale. So don't bother about all those things. And number two, there's another question, sir. Is it compulsory to do an internship or have an extracurricular activity? Yes. What is that you have been doing for the last 6 months during pandemic? Have we done anything productive? I'm happy that I have got 25 students from Sentance who did internship in data analytics and HR. And there are 9 more students who are going to do projects from this. So if anyone would like to undergo a training and do any of these, yes, I welcome them. Let your profile be different from others. Don't just carry a blank resume. Everyone has got it. Make it different. Yeah, next question, please.
How can we make our resume more interesting and appealing to the person reviewing
Okay,
it?
nice. So interesting and appealing is not the one that comes with colors or fonts or anything. That comes with the content what we publish on the resume. Being a student, try to publish at least 1 or 2 articles on any of the publications. Being a student, try to present such public seminars where your knowledge is improved. Being a student, try to do 1 or 2 such projects where people can feel like, okay, they are really capable enough of anything. And your interview can get 50% discount. So your printed paper is not just a piece of text. Your printed paper is your future. So try to print something where your future is getting created, but not just a pamphlet kind of thing. Okay. Try to do something where your future is getting created. Okay. How many internship certificates should we have and what is the limit? Sorry to say, internship certificates or seminar certificates have no limit, but don't try to go for a Guinness record on this. Okay, maximum 2 internships you do, but try to be a boss in them. Any question asked from those internships, you do. Maximum 2. Even if you do 1, it's fine. But someone did 10, I want to do 11. It's not a running race or a Guinness record. Okay, don't do that. Sir, if you don't know the answer, can we just say, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer, or I'm afraid that I cannot answer the question? And see, when you don't know the answer for anything, say that, well, I would have definitely answered this, okay, but if I'm given some time, I would get back with the the right answer, which for the question which you have asked for. Just cover it in such a way that you are still ready to prepare and answer them. Where do we apply for internship? You be in touch with me. I'll help you, Smita. I can help you to get it or through Internshala. If you don't have any internship, is it okay? It's fine, but the difference matters, right? Try to do that. Internship is nothing but you get trained for 1 week, take a small problem, work on it for 10 days, your internship is done. And who knows, your interview will be wonderful with that. Right? So, guys, since the time is prolonging here, it's almost like for the last
I
1 hour.
have one last
Yes,
question.
please.
I'm
Yes,
sorry
please.
to interrupt.
Yes, please.
So, what if, like, if the job is for from the account side or from marketing side? I mean, if the job title is for somebody with accounts and marketing,
Okay.
and if my internship is related to research, so can I put that in the resume?
What research have you done?
No, I mean, like I have done like I've attended a market research training.
Good.
So, can I put it for a job for marketing or accounts?
Yeah, you can do that because see, you've already done some sufficient research work. So tomorrow when you attend an interview, they will ask you what did you do here. So you can say this is the kind of research activity we have done. So for your company, we can also do the similar activity where you will be able to identify what sort of market does your company has got and what sort of things that we can do for your organization. Similarly, in terms of accounts, like it can be a payroll or it can be finance. So what are the different market standards we have in the in outside? So you can actually try to relate what you did to the company, this environment, and you can explain that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So there is a question, could you help science students in internship? Yes, you join the WhatsApp group, I'll help you to do that. And how should we select the companies? You can select the companies as per your area of expertise. You might have read 15 subjects or 20 subjects in your entire curriculum, but you be good or master in one thing and you start searching for the jobs in that particular area. And that's when you'll get the companies list out. And how to be in contact with you, Neha, and everyone. So here is a WhatsApp group. You can join this WhatsApp group and you can see my contact number. You can have my mail ID. You can reach your faculty. They will help you to reach me. There are a lot many ways. I'm on LinkedIn with my full name, Karthikeya Kumar K, and lot many ways. Right? So I know there are a lot of other questions and there are a lot of other things to be cleared. Be a part of this group, and I'm going to share the empty resume, blank resume. I'm going to share a PPT. I'm going to share some more information. If we are all seriously interested, I'll train you all to get cleared. I mean, to do an internship, and also I'll help you all to be someone different from everyone while getting a job. Okay. So thank you so much to everyone. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I thank all the participants for patient listening. And hope you all have been benefited with this short webinar for today. So, and thank you very much, sir, on behalf of our St. Anne's College and also Placement and Career Counseling Committee. Thank you very much, sir. And any queries from the students, hope it will be like clarified in future.
Yes, ma'am. That will be completely taken care. I'm here to support everyone, undoubtedly, and thanks to the placement department of St. Anne's and the team who have worked in organizing this. And
Yeah.
a big round of applause to all the students who have been very patiently listening to me. Good that I have seen over at one point of time, we had about 300 plus students live on YouTube and Zoom parallelly. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for your patience and see you all. And
Yes, sir.
I'll be sharing this video link. I'll be sharing this video link. I'll be sharing a feedback form. I'll be sharing a Google link to all the 441 registered students, and they all can fill them.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.